makes the joy grow. Hello, hello, everybody. I know I'm a little bit late today. Welcome in, welcome in. You know, occasionally we get hit by technical difficulties, and in this case, I forgot to move the phone mount back over to where it should be. So I had to take it off of where it was and put it back where it should be, and that takes me a minute to do. So my apologies for being late today. I thought I had everything good to go. Well, see, I still don't have everything good to go. There we go. Woo, what a day. What a day already. Trying to get everything set up for today because I wasn't quite sure what it was I wanted to use to start this with. I'm waiting for Sherry to come in. She'll be here in a little bit. Sherry is my expert go-to person because she's the one who suggested it. Good morning, Sherry, or good afternoon, Sherry. Long time no see. How are ya? Oops. There we go. I have a host of supplies at the ready. I wasn't sure what we were going to use. That's not even all of them. I have plastic wrap and baggies over here. Your ears are hot, right? How's X doing? I do have a cup of coffee too, by the way, to drink. My little iced coffee over here, separate from my other coffee. Hello, Mandy, I love you. He's doing great, wound up and loud. That's right, he's off today. He's got a holiday today from school. Happy Good Friday to those who celebrate. Happy Easter. Hello, Noah. You chatted and played some games. All right, that sounds great. I hope you have a wonderful time hanging out with your family, Noah. Appreciate you dropping in today. Okay, so a few things Sherry told me when we decided to go for this, and that is instant coffee works better than regular coffee. Hello, Squirrely. How are you? So here is my lovely instant coffee. I wasn't sure how much we needed. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate it. But I got a little bit in my little container right here. I've got a couple different big water containers because we're going to need some water. I know we won't need this much, but you know, it's always helpful to have a couple extra water containers around, and those will be fine for that. I've also got these little dishes here. I am an asthmatic, and one of the medications that I take comes in these little containers, and I'm always thinking of reasons to use them rather than throw them away. Perfect for watercolors. Hello, Amy. Hello, View. Yeah, and just as a tiny little bit of evidence that I've done watercolor before, here's a little teeny tiny sunflower for y'all. That's hand painted with my itty bitty watercolor set right here. Look at that. Isn't that fun for on the go coloring right there? You can tell it's well loved. So I thought we'd start off. This is just a little art inspiration, little watercolor book with actual watercolor paper in it. Watercolor paper is thicker than regular coloring book paper, and I thought we'd start off on it. We'll go from thick to thin today, as far as paper goes. Oh, I need one more page in there. So I guess the first thing we need to do, other than say hello to everybody. Hi, everybody. Hello, Fusion SpongeBob. How are you? That does not want to stay open. Come on, break in. There we go. That's a little better. I've also got the fan on. I'm going to turn that a little bit. It is rather warm today here. It's 70 degrees, which is nice. But by Sunday, apparently, we're going to be down in the 30s again. I just wish it would stay, get nice and stay nice. And then underneath of there, we also have a practice book. All right, Sherry. And I advocate for everybody to always have a practice book or a book you don't care what happens to it that you can try out these new techniques in. This book happens to have a medium paper in it. It's not too thick. It's not thick like a Joanna, but it's not thin like an Amazon either. So, hello. So I thought we'd pick out a page in here to color with some coffee. What are you guys feeling today, huh? Let's get this up here. Get that out of the way. Get this over here. Boom, we can put this up here a little bit. What are we feeling like today? Something brown for the coffee, huh? Oh, we got a nice woodland scene there. Plus, we're going to be showing a technique that Sherry just taught me about this morning. I had to run and get the supplies for. Oh, we got a tree. And a squirrel. We might could do that. I'd rather have a single page, though. That's easier to show. Not have a double spread. What happened here? What on earth happened to my music? We can't have this now. Okay, well, we're going to start back over at the beginning again. I don't know, but there I am. I'm back again. Go figure. My tablet just spazzed out on me. Sorry about that, everybody. Got some birds. I don't even know what all is in this book. Everything that you see in this book has been a practice or a color along of some sort. Ooh, there's an elephant. Maybe we could practice on the elephant. A rhino. Hello, Sherry. Let me see here. 1 second. All right. Got some fishies. I don't think that's appropriate for coffee. We can't do the peacock in coffee. What is this little fella? We got a squirrel over here, but what is that little fella? I don't know what he is. Got another safari scene there. Oh, we got a moose. Are we feeling moosey? I'm kind of feeling moosey. That'd be good for browns. Wouldn't they? Aren't moose brown? Why is it moose and not mooses? Or mises? On Thursday night, the Artistic Biker does a drawing, and then he paints it on Thursday nights. And I usually go, and whatever it is he's drawing that night, I try to find in this book, and then I color along with him while he draws. And it's a lot of fun. So this is the book that I do that with. Because I've been finding, oh, look at those ants. I've been finding a lot of the subjects that he's drawing in this book. So this one has become my go-to practice book now. There's some seals, but I don't know what all is in it. I don't have it memorized. Oh, he's cute. Ooh, I like the monkey. Ooh, we got an owl too. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Or a walrus. Although I think walrus are gray, aren't they? Hello, Scarlett. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Because we're going to have a practice page. Snake, koalas, parrot. Oh, there's another frog. More elephants. All right. Let's take a vote. Do we want the walrus, the monkey, or the moose? Walrus, monkey, or moose? Scarlett votes for the moose. All right. I don't know why it hid monkey. Yeah, Florencia. I get your monkey. Oops. I don't know why YouTube is hiding that. I literally asked for the word monkey, moose, or walrus. I don't know why it's doing that. Chat is weird sometimes. I apologize, everybody. All right. Monkey or moose? Monkey or moose? We have a tiebreaker here. Sherry, monkey or moose? Sherry says moose. All right. We'll go with the moose. All right. Now, one interesting thing that Sherry told me is that you should wrap the rest of your book in plastic wrap before you get started. I'm understanding that correctly, right? Question. Hello, Nikki. Do you think food baggies like this would work? You know, here, let's get our moose page out here. Could we do something like this? Maybe put two of them there. Put two of them on, maybe. I think maybe two of them, just in case one leaks. I don't know. I'm guessing. This is what Sherry said to do before I start with the water. She said to wrap it in plastic, and I found these El Cheapo plastic food bags in there. All right, well then here, let's put two of them on. And I'm doing this. Hi, Amy. Why are you nervous? You're not the one trying to... I moved this too much, sorry. You're not the one trying to do this here. Sorry, guys, you weren't able to see me very well. Pardon my mess. All right, so we've got 2 of them on this side now. There we go. Now the page we're actually gonna... Let's try and get the air out of here. Yeah, why are you nervous? There is our moose page. That's the one we're gonna try to color on. Now let's do it to the other side over here. Yeah, I love giraffes and penguins are actually my favorites. All right, so let's do it to this side as well. Maybe we should turn the book around. Maybe I think that'll be easier for me to do. Yeah, giraffes and penguins are my favorite animals. All right. And maybe we want to try and like overlap them a little bit. I don't know. Let's get it all the way on and then I can adjust it from there. Oh, bless. Can you hear me now? Hello, Artistic Biker. Today it's a moose. We are prepping our book by putting some plastic over the page that we will not be coloring on. Sherry says elephants and giraffes are her favorite animals. What is your favorite animal? Nikki says snakes. Oh, that's awesome. I've known that for a minute now. I am not a snake fan, but I'm not a foe either, you know. But man, you get to showing me some not elephants, that's Sherry's, giraffes or penguins. Man, I am there. I love to watch them little penguins waddle. They're so cute. All right, so now we have our book prepared, I think. Let's bring this back just a little bit there. All right. Probably about as prepared as I can make it. I think, though, what I am going to do... Oh, let me find my clipboards. I'm going to slip my clipboards up under here for a little bit more support. Get the air out. Because y'all know I've got a short little desk here. Last thing I want to do is dump it on the floor. All right. All right, now we've got our book secured. Oh, Blade says on his phone he pulled up the impromptu and thought I was still working on the fall tree. So you did that. Oh my goodness. Ah, that's awesome. I can't wait to see your trees. Okay, so does everybody agree it looks like it's pretty well, the rest of the book is probably as well protected as I can make it. I could be pretty messy, you know, in case I spill the coffee, we want to be covered. Maybe I should have put a towel down. Oh gosh, now I'm even more nervous. All right, so the next point is we got to mix up some coffee, right? All right, I'm going to pull this aside for now. Maybe. Stay. So, we need to mix up some coffee now. Thank you, Sherry. All right. I have a semi-scientific way that we're going to do this. First of all, I'm going to fill up my little water bottle It's got a little dropper on the end with water. I gave a lot of thought into this since Tuesday, you guys. Y'all had me scrambling my brain for ideas. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. All right, here we go. Now we have a dropper full of water. Bottle with water in it. We have our lovely coffee right here. And I'm going to put it in this one. Yeah, I'm going to put it in this one. I think it'll be easier to scoop up out of this one. All right. Now, obviously, staining the page is going to be dependent on how strong the coffee is. So, like I said, I should have actually gotten a teaspoon out of the house, but I didn't. So in this first one here, we're going to put about, that much. We're going to put about, half that much. Like I said, extremely scientific. Now we're going to put in half again. And just, boop. Just a little tiny bit right there. That's for the mouse who wants coffee. All right. Now then, what we're going to do, I'm looking like a chemist today. Well, this is what exploring your materials means to me. All right? You know, I admit it, I've never done this before. What we're going to do is we're going to put, I should probably wipe this off for scientific purposes, you know, and demonstration. Here, so we start off even. Nobody gets extra. Now we're going to put the same amount of water in each one of these dishes. And in my case, I'm going to say about 2 of these. That's what we're going with anyway. Oops. For your own demonstration purposes at home, you may want something more scientific. I, however, am not quite that picky. It's good enough. Oh, that one wasn't quite full. There we go. All right, there we go. That is our base mixture. We're going to put a little water in our rinse cup here. We'll use this one for the rinse cup today. Don't worry, I have another bottle in case we run out. All right, then I'm going to take, Mr. Ant, you're not welcome today. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which brush do I want to use? Oh, you know what? For mixing purposes, this one looks like fun. Yes, this is water that we're mixing it in. We're going to give them all a little swishy around. Oops, let me bring it over here. And dissolve the coffee. And we're going from light to dark so that we don't have to waste water and rinse our brush every time. All right. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's getting thick. I want to make sure I dissolved all the crystals here. This one's practically going to be like mud. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Can you guys see that on the bottom there? Isn't that fun? Look at how thick that is. Hello, Pamela. How are you today? We're having fun with coffee. Now, as you can see, we have 4 different colors of coffee up here now. Right? We went from light to dark. Now, what do they look like on the page? That's the next question, right? All right, since I'm going to pull out the actual watercolor paper here, I'm gonna opt for a smaller brush. Let's go with this one. This is a Fumi brush. It comes apart. It's really cool. You can get them on Amazon. Oops. And then you can travel with it real nice. They have different styles, but I like them because they thread together and you don't have to worry about losing the cap. Thank you, Pamela. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to start with the light over here so we can see what it looks like on the paper. Probably won't look like much. It's not very thick. Very, very, very faint. Probably can't even see that. It looks like almost all I did was wet the paper. Very, very, very light. All right. I'll look here in a minute. All right, we're going to rinse our brush off. Then we're going to do the same with the next one. Ooh, now we got some color coming on the page. But when we wipe the water off, not near as dark. But looky there. Now we got the next shade up. Number 3. Now I will say that painting with coffee is not the same as painting with watercolors. But it's pretty darn close. They share some of the same properties. That is so pretty there. Looky there. Now we're getting some good color on the page. What's going to happen with this really thick one over here? I wonder how dark it's going to be. I think we could still get it to go darker. What do you think? I think we could get that dark one darker. But I like it. So now we have 4 shades there of different colors that we have just made with coffee. Nikki says a 1-to-1 ratio. You read my mind. In peace and love. So what we're gonna do? Bum, ba, da, bum, 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 bum. Oh, the horror. Let me see here. Yep, we're gonna do it this way because I don't have any more tins. I told you we're going to make a mess today. All right. Nikki wants to see a more precise 1-to-1 ratio, and I agree. Like I said, we're going with the best that I can. All right, so we want to try and get this leveled off. That's probably about as good as I'm going to get it. Yeah, I like 3 and 4, but 2 has, I mean, 1 is a good, base color to build from, but 2 really starts to give that nice parchment color that we want. Because, and in the end, what we're trying to do is color a map. That is our end goal here today, is to find the color that would make you think that this map is ancient, that it's been around for a minute, that it's seen some wear and tear and some life in its years. All right, an exact 1-to-1. Since some of the coffee stuck to the spoon and we are going for 1-to-1, we're going to let the coffee sit there. All right, that's probably as close as I can get. We practically have a paste. This looks like a good monkey color. But let's see. 2 would be good for the base and the darker around the edges and in other random spots. I agree. I'm happy with 2. It's still a very light color. All right, let's get. All right, let's get this one. We'll make sure it's all mixed up good. All right, this one is a 1-to-1 ratio, roughly. All right, this is roughly a 1-to-1 ratio right here. Here, I'll turn it this way. This was the darkest one we had before. We might be hitting the point of saturation where no matter how much more coffee we add, we won't get a darker color. Let's find out. Here is our coffee. Let's add 1 more. All right, now we've got 2 coffee, one water. 2 coffee, 1 water. Ooh, it's having a hard time dissolving. All right, there we go. Stay for a minute. Hello, Kim. Thank you so much. Things are getting messy here. All right, now we have a 2-to-1 ratio. 2 coffee, 1 water. And look at how thick that is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Remember, we're not here to drink it. Although I do have my cup of coffee right over here. All right. Now, like I said, we're going to see now if we have reached the saturation point of how dark we can make it. At least with 1 layer of color. All right. That went noticeably darker. I wonder if the page smells good. Look at that. That is noticeably darker now. What's the name of the stuff that makes watercolor granulate? Usually it's a granulating pigment. That's what I always call it. It is usually the when you grind a natural material, it can leave sediment behind, and that sediment is what will cause the watercolor to granulate. Scary. It's not scary. But look, that is now noticeably darker. So now we have a definite light, medium, dark that we can get with this method. That makes me happy. And of course, if it dries, it could go darker depending on how many layers that you put down. Now, since we're working in a watercolor book, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix these two. I'm going to mix these ones together for sake of I'm running out of room. Okay? That'll be our light wash, and this will be our dark wash. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. I only have so much room to work with, so I'm going to go ahead and consolidate those. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Get those up out of the way. I am going to put you over here for now. So I don't need you at the moment. I'm going to put you right up here. You like the 1-for-1 for old paper look? Yes. This one right here. This is 1-to-1. A 1-to-1 ratio. This is a 2-to-1. This one right here really looks like a cream color, but it's also on a little bit of a cream paper too, and I think that's why it's harder to see. But I promise you, you can get really, really light colors with this as well. Oh, they made a product that's supposed to make any watercolor granulate, but I can't remember the name of it. I don't know what that would be. Oops, I'm sticking my thumb in it. Justina Louder. Hello, how are you today? Blade uses salt for that. You know, that is the one thing I did not grab. I did not grab any salt. I do not know how salt and coffee work together. Thanks a lot. I knew I was forgetting something. Gosh darn it all. All right, so there's our samples that we've done. And I think we're going to stop at the 2-to-1. I think that's where we're going to stop with our practice ratios here to find out, what they look like on the page. Let's put him up over here for reference. There we go. All right. Here's our lovely coloring book that we've got wrapped in plastic. Now, the paper isn't super thin, but it's not super thick. It's kind of glossy. I do not know how the coffee is going to stick to this paper. This is a practice book. That's why we're practicing. View says I am passing my science experiments over to me, huh? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, science was one of my favorite classes growing up. So, and just because I'm in the mood to use a long-handled brush today, that's what we're going to use. The brushes come out, they say must be used for oil, or must be used for acrylic, or must be used for watercolor. Oh, baloney. If you like the brush, honey, use it for whatever you want. Okay? Don't listen to those labels. They don't mean anything. Nothing got on fire yet? Yeah, no, nothing's caught on fire yet. Not for me. All right. Oh, that's awesome. 14 people watching. Welcome. Yes, welcome everybody. Thank you, Joe. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. It's a nice big brush. I don't want to get too detailed right now, And plus, it's a new brush, so I have to play with it. All right, that's dark. We're not going straight for the dark. We know that this is light. Oops, I should have got a water one over here. This is clean water. Oh, you can't see that one. Hang on. Let me move this over. Let me see if I can move this back a little bit. I'll fix it. All right, there we go. Come over here, guy. All right, y'all can see that. Cool. That'll work. It's the best we're getting today anyway. Clear water is in the left container. Give it a final rinse. Up here on the top of the horns, I want to start with a light. Oh, all right. I hope you have fun dancing, Glade, and have a beautiful day. I loved your shirt today, by the way. Awesome. If y'all don't catch him, you should. 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Central Time. The Artistic Biker every day gets up and does a beautiful sketch and wash. Talks about the items that he draws. It's a random object every day. Go check out his show. He's been doing it for a year now. So if you haven't caught him yet, you're behind. So go catch up, okay? Awesome show. So we're going to start off trying to do something light for the tops of the antlers. Hi, Whiskey Creek. And remember, this was kind of a medium-ish tone. And I mixed all the other colors in there. So I don't know exactly what color it is. Ooh, we're playing with fire. I don't know what it's going to look like exactly on my page yet. But we're going to give it a shot. Everybody ready? This is kind of nerve-wracking. We're going to color along in it. Oh, well, it's not dark at all. It's about a medium brown. All right, so since I realize it's a medium color, I can add more water to it and make it lighter. There we go. And my page is going to warp. I know it is. It'll be all right. What we don't want to do is scrub so much on the page that we cause the fibers to start to disintegrate or come apart. I've also got a fan going across here to help dry it. It's off camera though. But I do have a fan going. Now I'm going to come in here. Oops. I'm going to come and grab just a little bit of that dark that we mixed up. And I'm going to put it where I think, some shadows ought to go. So I'm going to put it, I don't know, a little bit right here. A little bit in here. A little bit on this side here. There we go. Okay, you can hear the fan now. Yeah, I turned it up a little bit. Is it too loud? If it's too loud, I'll turn it down. But now you can see we have multi-tones of colors in our antlers here. And we did that all with just coffee. And this is fun. And you should try it. You should do this at home. On your thinner color book pages, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want a cloth of some sort. Grab a paper towel. Oh, okay. Let me turn it down. I'll turn it down a notch. Maybe that'll help a little bit. You can grab a paper towel. You can grab a washcloth. And just dot your brush on there. And that'll help pull some of the water away. And your page won't get as wrinkly. And your final color will be determined by how much coffee, how much water. This is fun. I would do this again in a heartbeat. I could make that thicker. I could make this thinner. I can add the water from the brush. I could, put my dropper over here and drop water on the paper. I could get a spray bottle and spray my paper if I wanted to. I really love the idea of putting the plastic around the book. Sherry, that is brilliant. So for our map, I think somewhere under 1:1 is going to be a good ratio for the lighter colors. And that's something you can mix out ahead of time with, more accurate measuring tools than what I used here today. Pull out a measuring spoon. That would work. If you're not good at guessing on the go as to what color it is. And since I'm new at it, measuring that way really helped me judge, okay, how much do I really need? And if you put them in containers with a lid, you can keep them around and you know, until it molds. But I do recommend just mixing up small amounts so you're not wasting coffee. You know, we can't waste coffee here. That's a sacrilege, you know. Joe thinks the only good use for coffee is staining, right? I like coffee. I'm drinking a coffee right now, as a matter of fact. And truly, use whatever brush makes you happy, whatever tool makes you happy. You know, I brought a variety of tools today. You know, if you want to make indentations in your paper before you start, something like this is good for that. It's got a sharper pointed end and a rounded end on it. You can mark up your paper and then the color will saturate in that area that you marked. Sherry has used tea bags too. Raspberry tea makes a pinkish brown color. Oh, that's fun. I use a lot of vinegaroon. What is vinegaroon? Is that soaking something in vinegar to use? Oops, sorry about that. And you can do fine details with this coffee. I mean, it's literally no big deal. You can use it just like you do watercolor. You put steel wool in vinegar and let it soak. The vinegar dissolves the metals and makes a liquid that reacts with the tannins in paper, wood, and vegetable tanned leather and makes it black. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Freestyle, so I'm gonna get a smaller brush. I like that. I'm gonna get a smaller brush. Yeah, that is really old fashioned. I love that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm so tempted to drop some more coffee in there. I am my mother's freestyle soul. You know what we could do? Let's try this. I shouldn't have said that. Oops. Sugar-free Kool-Aid? That is awesome. All right. I should not have said that. I am my mother's freestyle soul. All right, we put some water down. I told you we were going to get messy. My bottle needs more water. Oh, oh, oh. Beets and onion skins. Yes, beets and onion skins. I've heard of both of those. Literally, coffee never crossed my mind. Oh, I gotta move him over a little bit. Hang on. You know, I've heard jokes about it through the years, and Sherry's like, well, let's use coffee. Okay, cool. All right, now we're gonna put some... I put water underneath first here. All right. And then I put the dry coffee on the dry paper here. Now we're going to put some drops of water in here on top of the coffee. Hey, I think for only having a couple days to prepare, I'm not doing bad here, huh? Y'all said coffee, and I said, okay, let's do it. Now we got to let that dry, obviously. And try not to smear it. Sherry, you can never say I'm not up for a challenge. Y'all can't say that. You know? Let me move this out of the way here. Whoop. Y'all cannot say I am not up for a challenge. Well, cocoa has a harder time dissolving in water. I don't know. I mean, it's not that it's not possible, but I think it would be harder to mix together. Sherry says, I think that's a waste of coffee. Uh-oh. I better make up for it, huh? I don't know. We'll see when it dries. Ooh, that's a nice gradient right there. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Oh, that's Whiskey Creek. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Sherry. I'm used to you when you, never mind. I'm sorry. My eyes said that was Sherry because I read it with you. I read it with the line above it. My apologies. Whiskey Creek, I am drinking coffee, by the way. It is instant coffee. It doesn't count. All right, it's instant. It doesn't count. See, I can't put my hand in there. See, I'm glad I got the long-handed brush. Yes, it is instant coffee that we used. Oh, see, I did it already. And I just washed my gloves. Gonna make me do it, aren't you? I literally just washed my gloves today. I used to be able to do this better both-handed, but since my cat bite wound last year, my left hand is a little bit slower and not as neat. I still have a knot on that index finger on this hand. So this is good practice for that hand. Can I wash? It should come out with. Well, by now you can't even see hardly where it is. It'll be fine. My gloves are dirty on a regular basis anyway. They get everything on them. I ought to have 50 pairs. You know, the good ones for when I'm live streaming, and then the other ones for everyday use. But you know, I'm not that rich, so. I do love my gloves, though. Uh-oh. See, the page over here is starting to buckle. And so the drops are starting to work their way together now. Oh, Kim, bless your heart. Kim got her stitches out on the 1st, but back in a cast for 4 weeks. Oh my goodness, that's got to be frustrating. I am so sorry, Kim. Hopefully you'll be back before we know it. You know, at full volume, so to speak. The cat bite wound put me so far behind. One of my favorite things used to be to do, you know, to work both hands at the same time. Have a pencil in both hands at once. And my left arm currently is too far behind. It's got to get back up to speed, and then I'll be back to 2 at once. But until then, you know, we're practicing today. This is a practice book. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whoops. Now the question that I have. Oh, that's good. I'm glad it's healing well. Is now that we put it down, can we lift it back up again? I don't know. Is this dry yet? Yeah, that's dry. All right. I'm going to get a fresh paper towel. Oh, it's my last paper towel. Uh-oh. Who did not prepare today? All right. I don't want this one. I want this one. No, let's use this one. Let's use this one. All right, I'm going senile. There it is. I don't know. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some water on this brush right here. Some clean, fresh water right there. You can't see it. I know it's off camera. I'm gonna saturate it. Now, I'm not going to try to scrub too hard because this is watercolor paper. I mean, this is coloring book paper, not watercolor paper. So I'm not sure how well this will work or won't work. We'll see together. We're going to come up here. Like, for example, maybe I want to highlight right there. So now the paper is wet again. You can see some of it is on the brush. And then if you take a paper towel, press straight down. Don't rub. Press straight down. And I don't see anything of significance coming back up off the paper. So that tells me that once this color is down, it's down. It ain't coming back up again. That was our test. Once it is dried and down, it probably is not going to come back up again. So make sure when you're doing this that you really want it darker if you put more down. And it'll be much easier to go from light to dark. Hello, how are you today? But I would not be counting on being able to lift the coffee back up off the page very much at all. If I scrub a little bit, maybe a hair. But you risk damaging the papers or the fibers on your page if you scrub with the brush. I'm going to say it's very minimal what you can lift off the page. Maybe if I got some Dawn dish soap on there. But water by itself is not going to cause that to come back up again. Not of any significant amount. So once it's down, it's down. Good lesson to know. Some watercolor paints you can take back to the white of the paper. Some you can take it back really light, like over here. But not all of them. Yeah. I would go with very light layers. And if you're on the thin paper, you're going to have to watch how much water you use. Yes, they do call it coffee staining. And we're going outside the boundaries down here, but look at how fun this is coming along down here. I'm loving it. Let's see. Let's try not to. This one. Let's try not to put our hand back in the paint here. Back in the paint. Back in the coffee. We're gonna go with this. I just want a little bit of color. Okay, what's happening down here is, all right, first of all, down here, I put water down first, and then I put some sprinkles of coffee on it. And then over here, I put some sprinkles of coffee on, and then we dropped water on top of it. And we're waiting for it to dry. We're waiting for all this down here to dry. We might be having to pick up some of the water off the page. But I'd really like it to naturally dry. You know, so we can actually see what happened, you know, naturally. Without being disturbed. Does that make sense? All right. Cool. In the meantime, I'm trying not to put my hand in it. And the reason why we're fussing with all this is because we want to paint the map in the new coloring book that we're going to be doing cover to cover. The Mystical Lands no, not the Mystical Lands. See, I don't have the new one memorized yet. Ugh. Yes, the Mystical Lands of Utana. Miscaland of your Tana. By Karen Meyer. I'm going to be doing this cover to cover. And the real first page in this book is a map. And this is why we're doing the coffee experiment, so that when we actually get to this page in a couple of weeks, we have an idea of what it's like to color with coffee, so that we can make it look old and aged. That's the goal behind today. Make sense? So all of this is a big experiment. I've never worked with coffee before, but Sherry suggested it. So now today we're playing. You know, Sherry, I love her dearly. Behind the scenes, man, I tell you what, we are ornery together. And we egg each other on, and I love it. She'll tell me, you can do it. I'll tell her, you can do it. Come on, let's do this. I love Sherry. She is my... No, I'm never ornery. Never. Sherry is my partner in instigations and orneriness. And come on, let's do this. She talked me into trying the coffee, and I love her for it. Absolutely, I love her for it. All right, Amy. Yes, it does. We get each other go. Oh, get back there. We get each other going. And I love that I have that artistic inspiration from Sherry. I do. I mean, what a great day this has been already. We're having fun here. And it's getting me to, you know, it got me to break out brand new watercolor brushes that were still in the package that I've never used before, just so I could have some extra fun today. I do have a thing for collecting brushes. And I want all the brushes. So if you ever want to buy me something and just like make me giddy beyond belief, buy me brushes. I don't care what kind that, you know, I don't care. Water, acrylic, oil, it doesn't matter. As long as they're, you know, painting brushes. I've still got a whole other container in there that I didn't even dig out for today. And I've got some in the box behind me, and I've had brushes well, see, what happened was I've had brushes stolen from me before. All right, Joe, I have a wish list going. You think Moose is growing a camel's hump? Why is that? Oh, the Moose is... Mandy's dog is called Moose. Yeah, we went over the line a little bit over here. We'll call him Lumpy. It's not even hump day. Oh, my pen doesn't want to work. Hang on, let me get a different pen here. We now have Lumpy the Moose. I told y'all if you came today, I promise you would laugh. Lumpy the moose. Lumpy, we're gonna call him Lumpy, and we are going to pet him and love him forever and ever. Like Apple Prince and coloring. Mr. Ant, you're not welcome. Oh, ha, 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 ha. What a great day. Oh, Mr. Ant, you're not welcome either. Maybe the coffee. No, ants don't like coffee, but why do we suddenly have ants? I've got another one up there. Oh well, that's all right. We'll find him later. This is just too much. I would definitely recommend long-handled brushes. That's why I said I hope Indiana is ready for us. Oh, thank you, Pamela. I don't know. Some days I can be kind of sour. Yeah, I can't wait for you to get here, Cherry. When you do, yeah, we're going to be doing a live stream or two this year that is going to be having you all crack up. Big time, big time. Sherry's moving closer to me. Watch out when she does. The whole world gonna be in trouble. I might have to dry some of this. Good. Speaking of which, oh, see, there he is. There he is. Come here. Come here. Oh, look at how rich that is. I love that. Yeah, this over here, that's what I'm thinking of. I wonder if I have a brown towel. Let me look. Blue, yellow. Nope. No brown ones there. I don't think I have a brown towel. All right. for the map, am I going to do an overall wash? Yes, I think what I'm going to do is start with a real light one. Maybe in this color scheme, in this color area up here, the lighter, and then I'm going to go in with the darker for emphasis. That is what I am thinking of. Around the edges. All right, we're going to soak up some of this water. I think the story learned is don't use so much water. Maybe only do a couple droplets. I'm anxious to see what this is going to do right here when we brush off the coffee. Yes, happy Good Friday to those who observe. Happy Easter to those who observe. I am baking up a ham on Sunday, but that's about all I will do, personally. Pour like water on thirsty ground. Oh, and we've got pie. We've got some Marie Callender's pie. See, I told you the ants came out. I don't know where they came from, but hey, they're here now. I bet the coffee did attract them. It's a different smell. My door is open. It's hard to say. All right. And if you're like me and a watercolor artist, you will let this paper towel dry and you will use it again and again and again until it is falling apart. Hello, Laura. Your cousin always makes deviled eggs for Easter. Yummy. How are you today? Happy Good Friday to you. Oops, I'm sorry. So we got a little bit carried away with the water down here, but it's all right. But what I did up here, gosh, there's another one. Guess he's got to put out the ant bait already. All right. Be that way. Yeah, I'll be making a ham on Sunday and eating Marie Callender's pie. Yum yum yum. What I did over here to make this darker line right here is I took my brush, I got a little bit of water on it, and then I picked up the actual little bit of coffee crystal right there. And I mixed the two together as thick as I could. To get that really dark hue. I mixed it on the brush itself. Pardon me. Oh, bless my heart. Bad there already too. Yeah, I don't know why. You know, I didn't think about that. I could make deviled eggs. I have eggs. I could make them. Over here is where we scrubbed a little bit, and you can see that it took up the ink too. Well, okay, well maybe you can't see very well there. But it did. It damaged the fibers. Just a little bit, roughed them up. Oops. Blessed let it be. Right? We'll probably do green beans, some kind of potatoes. I don't know. Now, this does not run like a typical watercolor, but it does run a little bit. And soften out the edges.
At a 3:15. Gas station call.
Now, I don't see it doing those beautiful runs and blooms, but we're not on watercolor paper either. So I can't make a final judgment on that. But I'm very happy with the color. And this is just instant generic coffee from Walmart. It is not anything special. You know, medium roast, I think it is. But you could probably experiment with different brands of coffee and come up with different colors. That's going to be my guess. Yes, I wrapped the book in some plastic baggies. I had a roll of plastic baggies, and I just slipped the book inside on both sides. There, you can see it a little bit better on this side. And pull it over. They're just little plastic baggies over the book to help prevent getting the rest of the book soaking wet. And then it's underneath this page. The plastic is right underneath this page so that only this page is sticking out. That was Sherry's idea to do that. Oh, we did it live on the air, Laura, and it was funny. You have to go back and watch everything. You know, this is something I bet you could do with your preschoolers too. You know, you do the scientific experiment to mix the ratio of color to water. I bet you could think of something along those lines to show your kids. Our water kind of went outside the lines here, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We're having fun coloring. Yeah, they would love it because it looks like, hey, you know what? You can use dirt to do this too. I'm getting a lot of Jesus love today. I feel the love. Trust me, it's Good Friday. I'm feeling the love of Jesus today. Oh. I bet they laughed at that. Oops. Hey, I'm real good at getting outside the lines today. It'll be all right. This is why it's a practice book. But we have created a lot of beautiful colors with just water and coffee today. Look at that. Kim had questioned whether or not cocoa would work. Moose sweat. That's it. And I said, I don't know if cocoa would work or not. It might be harder to mix because cocoa mix doesn't like to mix with water, you know, very easily. it's harder to incorporate, whereas the instant coffee just melts into the water. So I don't know. You might want to get the decaffeinated though if you do it with your kids. Just in case. I don't know, but I feel like I'm almost ready to tackle osmosis caffeine, right? I'm almost ready to tackle that page in my book. You think they'd still go crazy on decaf? I realize that page is a little bit thinner than what's in this book, and that's okay. It'll just require a lighter hand. The only thing you know is liberty. Probably have to dissolve it in hot water first. That's what I'm thinking. I just know it doesn't always like to dissolve very well in water. And I know that because I put it in my coffee. And then that's why I put it in a bottle so I can shake it up. Yes, cocoa goes in my iced coffee. And that is the only way I know it really does not. Yeah, train! Okay, I'm not moving the book today, guys. We have wetness galore over here still. I cannot get out the other book right now. Physically, I cannot do it. I ain't got no room. You know, the only thing I was thinking about doing here was moving the fan a little bit closer. I don't want to get out the hair dryer yet. I want to give this a little bit more time to dry before we brush everything off. But I promise you, see, you can see it moving. You can see my little napkin moving here. The fan is on. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll have to resume that on Tuesday. No, I know a lot of people too like to tape their page down before they get it wet. And whether or not you want to do that is optional. I don't mind crinkly pages. I'm telling you. Ugh. I think it's the smell of the coffee. It's that time of year, though. Everything's just starting to thaw out, and boom, here come the bugs. La, la, la. There's another one. We'll just call them our friends for now. Aunt Bette will go out tonight. Hopefully they'll figure out there's nothing really here for them to eat. And go away. All right, most of that is dry up there and a little damp here. That should be dry. All right, that part's dry. I want to see if I can make it just a hair darker. Right around his eye here. Yeah, dabbing the coffee would be better. Yes, exactly. This is for an experiment that went wrong. But now that we're on down this road, we're going to follow it through. And what's happening is, in some places it's lighter, in some places it's darker, and it's really actually kind of a cool effect. So I want to finish letting it dry without disturbing it. Yeah. Here we go. We got one. We got some already. They'll be dry by then. Yeah, don't be in a hurry when you use this technique. You do have to allow it the dry time. Peppermint oil on a cotton ball. Huh. Spray peppermint water near doors and windows. Peppermint oil on a cotton ball. I'm going to have to get some peppermint oil. See if that helps. You got nuclear on the ants here? Yeah, I got to do that. They are not welcome. That's not good. These ones are itty bitty, teeny tiny little red ones that bother me. Well, some of them are red and some of them are black. They're itty bitty though. Just teeny tiny little things. They're annoying because you can't hardly see them. I will say you can do nice gradients with the coffee. Yeah, they love electronics. Yes. That's where they're at. They're up by they're coming in because of the warmth of the TV is what I think. And then they're smelling the coffee. I don't know. That's just a guess. Because I normally don't have them that bad on my desk. I don't know. That's my guess. Best guess I got. You can do nice colorations with the coffee. I'm very tickled with that. You know, we got from a very light to a very dark today. So I do like that. A little bit more water. Yeah, and I think on Karen's page I want to start with just a very light wash and go from there. You know, it's going to have to be fairly dry because it is thinner paper. I realize this is the first time that some of you have seen me do any watercolor. I was laughing about that earlier today when I said, don't worry, I have a little bit of watercolor experience. And that actually cracked me up because I was being a little bit facetious there. I do have a lot of watercolor experience. It's just you guys don't normally see that. It's been a minute since I've done it on my channel. Yes, and let it dry between layers. Absolutely, Sherry. You notice I let this up here dry really good before I went back in and I'm making some of the areas darker. It's exactly what I did. Thank you. Not too bad for an experiment. Except for we get a little humpback over here, but why we calling him Lumpy? Wow. I do love using my wet mediums though. I do. I love watercolors. When you went to the Grand Canyon, you saw a baby moose and didn't realize what it was until somebody told you. Oh wow. Yeah, we needed a Lumpy in our lives. He fits up there right with Nomi and Norman and Fred the elephant, and now we have Lumpy the moose. We have a whole cast of characters now. This part right here, is that what you're talking about, Laura? Like on his nose here? I like that too. Yeah, we needed a Lumpy in our lives. I agree. The hardest part is not putting my hand back down here. And I am positive that there are people out there who do beautiful works with coffee. I've just never played around with it before. Right here, I'm trying to get that just a hair little darker. I just would like it just a hair. Building Ivy Zoo, one animal at a time. That's right. That's right. I agree. I just want here. That's getting a little sticky. Hang on. Saying, son, this road what driving's for. Gravel pops under worn out tires, wind through the weed. All right. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for it to dry, and I want just a little bit. We'll see if this works. Windows down, dusting
the tall grass bends slow. Just a small town boy where the red clay shows. Me mama and dirt road.
Right about like that. Whew. I love that eyeball now.
She points out fields where she ran as a kid. Creeks, bank, rocks where the county fair stood.
I think that eyeball looks really cool. Oops.
Stomp boots on a summer day. Mailbox road and a rusted gate.
I'm just going to lift it up just a little bit. Oops. I don't want to tip it all too much. What do you think? Oh, that. No. Hang on. There you go. Made with coffee. He's gonna use that to hook his lady. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna take a look at this for a minute, real up close. We've just got a little bit more to dry here. All right. Like I said, I don't want to brush that off until I know for sure that it's dry because I don't want to leave any streaks. So. Mama and dirt roads. Oh, yuck. You are not invited here. Ew, go. That was a stink bug. Go away. I hate them things. But what effect, you know, I've got the door open and all that jazz. It's 70 plus degrees. Yeah, I hate those stink bugs. They stink.
Circle of friends in the tall dry grass. Notebook pages getting past.
Oh, this is what I feel like today. This is campfires and pencil lines. Oops. Why my volume not working?
Laughter cuts through the quiet air. No one's rushing anywhere. Long summer nights by a campfire glow, sketching out places we might never go. Coloring skies in purple and gold, telling our stories the way they're told. No plans, no rules, just pass the page. Every line feels like we don't age. If this ain't freedom, I don't know what is. Just us in a moment like this. Someone colors mountains, someone a lake. I trace the outline your fingers make. You coloring trees with a careful hand. I color footprints in the sand. Pages fill up, we don't even speak. Just smiles and colors we keep. Fire burns low, but we stay right here. Every second's crystal clear. Long summer nights by a campfire glow, sketching out places we might never go. Coloring skies in purple and gold, telling our stories the way they're told. No plans, no rules, just pass the page. Every line feels like we don't age. If this ain't freedom, I don't know what is. Just us in a moment like this. No need for words when the pencils move. Every color's telling truth. The ash drifts down on the edge of the page. We just laugh and turn the page. Long summer nights by a campfire glow, sketching out places we might never go.
If it hadn't been so wet, we'd have been outside, you know.
Telling our stories the way they're told. No plans, no rules, just pass the page. Every line feels like we don't age. If this ain't freedom, I don't know what is. Just us in a moment like this.
Soon we will be back outside campfire coloring.
We'll come back and color again.
That's right. All right. Let's see here. Oh, here we go.
Started with a crack screen and a 2 a.m. glow. Empty room, big plans. I was scared to show. World said slow down, but my pulse said go. So I worked every chance, even moving slow.
Never give up.
Match the spark in my chest. Every doubt, every fear I put up to the test. Fell down hard, had to get back up with shaking hands and an empty cup. And the road stretched out and the air felt thin. I learned how to breathe, I learned to begin. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. From barely surviving to touching the climb. I'll be right here, can you hear that roar? Dreams turning real like never before. One breath, one moment, one step at a time.
Ooh,
Out of
I
nowhere,
love this
knocking my
song.
door, came voices I didn't know I was waiting for. Y'all saw something I couldn't see. Spoke life in the dust, brought it back to me. Y'all showed up strong when I couldn't stand. Reached through the dark and you took my hand. And then came laughter loud and unplanned. Woke up a part of me I didn't understand. Every joke, every spark you gave lit up the pieces I tried to save. When I lost my voice, when I lost my way, y'all were the reason I chose to stay. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. From barely surviving to touching the climb. I'll be right here, can you hear that roar? Dreams turning real like never before. One breath, one moment, one step at a time.
Woo!
If you're standing at the edge right now, thinking you'll never figure it out, just take one breath, don't look too
Mine too.
You don't need wings just to beat it hard, and you don't have to walk alone. Even if it starts that way at home, there's a light that finds you in the night, in the most unexpected lives.
I love this song.
In the most unexpected
I did it again. Right there.
One breath, one moment, one step at a time. From barely surviving to owning the climb. I'll be right here, can you hear that roar? Dreams turning real like never before. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. One voice becomes 1,000 strong. That's how a dream becomes a song. If you're listening close, this is your sign.
This is your sign.
One breath, one moment, one step at a time. Started with a phone and a dream in my hand, but I didn't get here just me. I had voices that stayed when mine was gone. Gave me the strength to carry on. Wherever you are, this heart is tied to every step you walk by my side. And I'm still moving forward, still taking the climb. One breath, one moment, one step at a time.
Woo! Love that song. Let's kick it off.
And a 2 a.m. voice, empty room, big plans. I was scared to show. World said slow down, but my pulse said go. So I worked every chance, even moving slow. Didn't have a map, just a spark in my chest. Every doubt, every fear I put up to the test. Fell down hard and to get back up. We're shaking hands in an empty cup. When the road stretched out and the air felt thin, I learned how to breathe, I learned to begin. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. From barely surviving to touching the climb. I'll be right here, can you hear that roar? Dreams turning real like never before. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. Out of nowhere, like a knock at my door, came voices I didn't know I was waiting for. Y'all saw something I couldn't see. Spoke life into dust, brought it back to me. Y'all showed up when I lost my way.
You're the reason I chose to stay. One moment, one step at a time. Y'all make it worth it for me. I'll tell you what, you do.
Can you hear that roar? Dreams turning real like never before. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. If you're standing at the edge right now, thinking you'll never figure it out, just take one breath, don't look too far. You don't need wings, just a beating heart. And you don't have to walk alone, even if it starts that way at home. There's a light that finds you in the night, in the most unexpected lives. One breath, one moment,
One step at a time. Hi, Zach.
to owning the climb.
I'll be right here. You can hear that roar. Dreams turning real like never before. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. Woo!
Becomes 1,000 strong. That's how a dream becomes a song. If you're listening close, this is your sign. One breath, one moment, one step
At a time.
started with a phone and a dream in my head.
Well, happy birthday, Zach.
But I didn't get here just me.
I had voices of sleep.
When rhymes gone gave me
The strength to carry on wherever you are.
This heart is tied to every step you are by my side, and I'm still moving forward, still taking the climb. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. One step at a time.
Man, I love that song. Well, I would hope not, Aura. Electric Aura. We have awesome music here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zach. Happy birthday to you. Have you had a beautiful day? I hope so. Welcome in, Aura. We are painting with coffee today in our coloring book here. We've had a great time today mixing up our coffee in different ratios, learning how to put it down on the page. Either water, too much water, not enough water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. I'm just kidding. That's from Fallout, if you don't know. That's from the TV show Fallout. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. I love Fallout. You love drawing with coffee. You've done it before. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, Gaming with Just Joe is the awesome creator behind all of our music. And I love it. We have the best music on the YouTube. We have the best coloring show on YouTube. We do. We've got Lumpy the Moose. We've got Mr. Wigglebottom, the Lava Lamp. We have Egbert the Egg Timer. We have Gnomy and Gnorm and the Gnomes. You know, we have a whole cast of characters over here. You drew with coffee and turmeric last week. Somebody asked earlier, how does hot cocoa work? Have you ever done that? It's a fall or older saying than fallout. Okay, well that's where I heard it, Nikki. The ghoul says that. Yeah, I don't know how it would work with hot cocoa. I have not done that. So I would think it would be, you would need to use hot water and it would be hard to mix. Just because cocoa is a pain in the butt, but. Or shaker bottles. Just shake it together. We've been experimenting today with different strengths, different water ratios, having a good time. Hanging out, listening to the awesome music. You've done berries. Have you ever done black raspberries? I'm thinking about doing that this summer. We have a lot of black raspberry plants here. Now that we're on coffee. Use milk so it'll stink after a while. You know, somebody else asked me if I was going to use milk. I said, no, wasn't planning on it. Yeah, natural paints are awesome to use. They really are. Natural paints and natural stains. It's an adjustment from the commercial grade watercolor paints, but give it to an enemy. No, thank you. We got a little wet down here, so we're waiting for this to dry before we brush everything off down here. I do have the fan going, so if it's a little noisy, that's why, besides the music. I love to color to music or paint to music. And I am ever so thankful that Joe has graciously provided us with some awesome, awesome music. I can't say enough nice things about him or about our awesome music. I'm putting in a few darker details here just to make the likeness on his face stand out a little bit more. No, I've never done dirt. Not yet. I'm sure we'll get into that this summer, though. We'll go out in the garden and dig some up. At the rate we're going, you never know. Might be a whole new series for me. No, our goal today was to learn some different properties of coloring with coffee. Oh, there's the train. Now, normally when we hear the train, I would pull out my train picture and start coloring on it. But due to the wetness of the paper today, we are bypassing that game, unfortunately. Get off of here, Ant. At that time, somebody normally calls out a color in for... And that's our second train today. So can you imagine if we didn't have this wet page, how much we'd get done on that page today? Whew, there we go. It is fun. I'm enjoying this. Yes, these are our little coffee trays over here. We've got a different, real thick here, out to a thinner down here. Oops, there we go. And then this used to be clear water, and now it's not quite clear anymore. Yeah, we were dead up serious. We did measurements and everything earlier. Hello, Soyan. I don't know. That's probably pronouncing it totally wrong. I'm great. How are you? I am not good with names, though. Forgive me any errors. I think our moose is looking pretty spiffy, though, even with his humpback. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Our little experiment today got a little out of hand, but that's okay. That's why this is a practice book, so that we can learn from our mistakes and not do them on the real map that we're going to be doing. Thank you. Thank you. Let me show everybody who's new what our goal is here. Hopefully I don't have any coffee on my hands. We're going to be doing this coloring book, The Mystical Lands of Uchana. And at the beginning of the book here, there is this wonderful map. There is this wonderful, wonderful map, the lands of Uchana. And we want to color this so it looks like an ancient map. And Sherry suggested that we do some coffee coloring and stain our page with coffee. So we've got to know, how much coffee are we going to use on this page before we actually get around to coloring it. So that's what we're trying to figure out today, is what our ratio should be so it doesn't look dumb, it doesn't look stupid, so that it actually looks like, an ancient map. So we're practicing today. We've had out different brushes. We've had out different strengths of coffee. We've measured it out. Hello, Blue Daisy. How are you today? Oh, awesome. I can't wait for the color along to start. Oh, I do have a surprise for everybody. Is it 3 o'clock yet? Did we pass 3 o'clock? Am I late? Oh, I'm late. Okay, usually around 3 o'clock I give you guys the updated news as to what's going on. And we stop and we take a little break. I wasn't coloring with pencils today, but drum roll, please. I am going to be getting a copy of this book that we're going to be coloring, The Mystical Lands of Uchana, and I'm going to be giving it away to one lucky viewer. Stay tuned for more details. That's the good news of the day that I found out today. Oops. We're going to be giving somebody a copy of it so they too can color along with us. Isn't this exciting? I told you I had exciting news. Confirmed, we will be giving a copy away. I encourage everybody to go ahead and buy the book anyway if you want to color along with us, and leave Karen a positive review on Amazon when you do. Thank you, Aura. I appreciate that. Oh, Blue Daisy says, I see moose all the time here in North Alberta, and your hump is actually more correct than the drawing. Oh, that is awesome to know. It kind of got a little bit wild. We've just got a few little spaces here that are still wet. Right there, and right here that we're waiting for it to dry. I've never seen a moose in real life. I don't know what I've never come across one. They're not very common here in Indiana at all. Ever, like maybe at the zoo or something. I don't know. It is not common in the wild here. Yes, it is. It is instant coffee. It is generic coffee from Walmart, believe it or not. That's all it is. Cheapest I could find. Yeah, Blue Daisy, I love it. Can you put it up on my Discord? I would love to see some more pictures of some moose that you've seen. The babies are almost as big as a cow. Wow. Yeah, more concentrated, less water, more coffee. Yes. Europe calls the moose the elk, okay? Europe calls moose elk. Ugh. That's what Nikki says. All right. Let's go right up here. Put a little bit darks in here. We're gonna fill in a little bit more up here. Elk, where Joe is another species than moose, right? I don't know what the difference is. But I would call this a moose, not an elk. To me, elk have the solid horns. The more solid horns, I guess. That was hard to describe. But to me, the horns are different. Our elk resemble their red deer. Yeah, that's a moose. Yeah, okay, that's what I've been calling it, a moose. Oh gosh, you had to throw caribou in there too? Caribou kind of look like reindeer. Oh boy. I don't know if I can keep up. All right, let me look on the TV here and pull it over a little bit. The natives here call the elk wapati. I'm not even going to try and say it. I am not good. Wapati? Wapati? Wapiti? I don't know. Probably totally wrong. Probably totally wrong either way. I'm digging him though for a practice page. He's looking pretty awesome, I think. I still want this right here a little bit. If we can get this a little bit darker. I don't know. I wonder if dark roast would make a darker color. You know, if we had like a super dark roast. Whoopity. Whoopity. I don't know. Is that good enough? Whoopity. Y'all are giving me tongue twisters today. It is hard to pronounce a word that you've never heard pronounced before. You know, it's hard to say a word you've never heard pronounced before. Mooswa for moose. Oh, I don't know. I like that. I think I want to bring this over just a little bit. Swamp donkeys. Sherry has white-tailed deer and Roosevelt elk. I don't know what those are. Canadian geese are cobra chickens. You love Mises to pieces, right? The biggest we have here as far as land animals go will probably be the white-tailed deer. Well, we do have some buffalo, but they're not wild. We don't have wild buffalo. subspecies of the Rocky Mountain elk. See, that's it, just it. You know, you come to my show, we learn something new, even though we didn't intend to. Artistic Biker, he intends to share fun facts about different things on his show. But here we just do it accidentally, apparently. You're accidentally going to learn on my show. We're going to sneak up, bam, educate you. Roosevelts are native to the Olympic Peninsula. Oh, wow. You had elk, mule deer, and whitetail in Washington. Right? Yeah, I think we just have whitetail here. I don't think we have anything else. I mean, we have bald eagles. But, you know, and they're pretty big. But, you know. By the way, they started reintroducing the bald eagles here in the 80s. I didn't realize that. Yes, buffalo and bison are magnificent animals. There is a buffalo ranch not too far from here, Blue Daisy. A baby moose is bigger than an adult deer. Oh, wow. They're common near the woodlands of the canyon. Yes, bison and buffalo technically are two different animals. But a lot of people use them interchangeably. Yes, the North American bison is not a buffalo. Way too much on there. Oops. Jumped your butt for calling them the same, right? Colors blending, stars above, we all want peace and love. It's kind of getting sticky. That thicker stuff is pretty sticky. Almost feels like honey as far as stickiness goes. Long road smiles, crooked smile, singing sweet to the radio dial. Thank you, Starlight. Starogith dragons. I appreciate that. Moose are dangerous. They will stomp you down quickly. Yes, they will. Oh, bless your heart, Laura. Thank you. That is awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Laura is a teacher, everybody. I think that's okay to say if you didn't catch that earlier. And so she doesn't always get a chance to come, and I'm so glad she's here with us on Good Friday. She is a dear, dear friend of mine. We go kayaking together. This is one of my kayaking buddies. Hello, Jay. How are you today? We're coloring with coffee. Instead of coloring with Ivy, we're coloring with coffee today. Ha ha ha. That's a joke. Putting in some details here. Earlier we experimented different coffee to water ratios. I'm doing great. This has been a wonderful experimental kind of day. We're waiting for this to dry down here. We may or may we need to bring the fan over here a little bit closer, but if I do too much, then the other stuff is going to come off, and kind of a process here. I don't want to push that out of the way yet. This is still too wet for me to get all this off. Yes, that is what I do, Laura. A lot of times I will watch on my TV and then I'll text or chat on my phone. Blue Daisy has a creek on their property, so they have lots of wildlife. Oh, nice. You're very cautious of the moose, especially on mama and baby. I've heard that is very dangerous. Yeah, I've heard that's very, very dangerous. Don't get between. I don't think getting in between a mama and her baby, anything, is not good. Mamas are fiercely protective. All kinds of mamas are. That's why they're mamas. I think I want to put these dark too. Put a little bit more color right there. We've been having a great time today. This is our practice page. What we did was we covered the rest of the book in plastic wrap. In this case, we used some baggies. This is for anybody that just joining in. And that was my friend Sherry's suggestion to protect the rest of the book, is to wrap it in plastic. So that's what we've done. I had some big baggies, so I just slipped the book inside the baggies. Ouch, Joe. Yes, I am too. I think we've had a lot of people pop in today. It's been awesome. It's been a busy day. Right? I understand that, Joe. Do you have any wild moose stories, Jay? I don't have any. I've never been around any moose. I've never been around a moose in my life. You get Blue Daisy gets black bear and grizzlies. Ooh. No moose stories for Jay, right? I don't have any either. I've never been around them. I think that's going to be just a hair too dark. Let me thin that out just a little bit. I want this one a little bit darker. Coloring with coffee. Doesn't quite flow as well. Welcome back, View. Yeah, we've been having a great time. We're almost dry down here. We're putting in some darker details right now. With the thicker coffee mixture. The ticky one, the ticky one. I can talk. It's become, over here in the corner here, it's become almost like a honey. Very, very thick. Oh no. You need some rain down there? You can have it. We've been doing nothing but rain here lately. And then on Sunday, we're supposed to be back down in the 30s again. I would gladly share my rain with anybody right now. I know Houston is getting ready to get hit too with a lot of rain. So it's not just Indiana getting it right now. Yep. So I'm just adding in a few darker details now on our little moose picture here while we're waiting for the rest of it to dry. It's been a lot of fun painting with the coffee today. I think now I have more confidence getting ready to do the map in a couple weeks here when we start. By the way, you missed the good news. We're giving away a copy of this book, Mystical Lands of Uchana. In a couple weeks, we will give away a copy of this book. In the meantime, if you want to color along cover to cover with us, make sure you get your order in on Amazon. Get it in. That was the news I didn't want to tell you this morning, View. You're like, I've talked to Karen, and I'm like, I have talked to Karen too, and I don't want to break the news yet. But that was my exciting news that we have to share, is that Karen will be providing us with a copy of the book that we can give away. Isn't that awesome of her? I know you know. I'm biting my tongue hard. I didn't want to spoil the surprise. I think that's awesome that she's offered to do that. To give us a copy to give away. I think it's so cool. She offered to send me a book, and I said, you know what? I want to buy your books so I can give you a nice review on Amazon on all of them. But if it's okay with you, could you send it to me, and I will give the copy away to one of my lucky subscribers. And she said, absolutely. Now, isn't that sweet of her? I will be announcing those details soon, Laura. Stay tuned. Isn't that exciting though? Yeah, and if you do order the books, please leave Karen a nice review on Amazon, you know, as a way of saying thank you for the awesome artwork. It really does help out her in making more. Well, hi, baby. And making more books and making more art for us. And by the way, I asked her, I got a chance to talk to her this morning, and The Lands of Uchana, the book that we are doing, was her first coloring book that she ever made. Yeah, Karen kind of knows me by now. All right, Joe. Thanks for coming, Joe. Thanks for the great music. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, will do. Yeah, that was her first coloring book that she made. And I didn't know that when we voted. Right? I did not know that. I did not realize it. So we're going back to the beginning with Karen's work in a cover to cover, and she's so excited, of course, because it is an older book. And I didn't pay any attention to that when I ordered them, you know. I just, oh, this book looks good, this book looks good, this book looks good. A good book is a good book no matter when it was published. No, as far as I know, she's not in the war zone. But I thought that was so cool that she's going to do that for us. Like I said, she offered to send it just to me, and I said, no, I'd rather give it to one of my viewers. Let me go ahead and purchase the books so I can leave you a nice review on Amazon. And she knows I'll do it because I've done it. I did it on Autumn's Magic as well. Books are timeless. If they're a good book, they're a good book, period, no matter when they were made. And it's exciting to be doing one from the beginning of the coloring book craze, you know? Because now we can talk, we can spend some time talking about the beginning of the coloring book craze and what all went into it, you know. And if you lived through it like I did, how exciting and thrilling it actually was to be a part of something that big. Yeah, that is my hope too, Sherry, that everyone realizes how beautiful her books are and that more colorists buy them and spread the word. That is exactly what I would love to have happen. I am such a big fangirl of Karen Myers. It's not even funny. Blue Daisy, I have actually created 3 of my own coloring books, and we'll probably be talking about them next Friday. Ba-da-bump. Yeah, to stay tuned for that one too. Laura has one of my books. Sherry has two of my books. Or do you have all 3, Sherry? I think Sherry has 2 or 3 of my books. Well, guess what? Everybody's gonna get a chance to own one of my books. Ba-dum-bum. But we will talk about that next week. That's what I thought, Sherry. We will talk about more about that next week. Bum, bum, bum. I told you all at the beginning of the year I had lots of exciting things to do this year on the channel. I was not kidding. Boom, 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 boom. We're making it happen. We are meeting our goals. We are making it happen. And I love coloring books. I do have other books in the works that are not finished yet. They are something behind the scenes that I won't talk about until they're closer to completion. Boom, 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 boom. Oh dear, Laura. Now you got to go out in the rain. Yeah, it's been raining off and on today here too. It's warm out, muggy, humid. Rained last night. It's going to rain tonight probably. I'm real tired of the rain. I want everything to dry out, to start drying out. I had to dump the fire pit the other day because it was full of water. Had gotten clogged and I had to dump it out. So I have started the spring cleanup outside so we can get back around the fire pit again. That'll be fun. So that is upcoming. It might just do that. Might blow over in 5 minutes. You're right. Blue Daisy, you know what? You are better than what you think, and people will love you more than what you think they will. When I first started, I thought, oh, ain't gotta be nobody wanting my books. I was wrong. We are not there in droves yet because not enough people know about it, but oh, I was so wrong at how nice everybody would be about them. I think everybody should make at least one coloring book. That way your family has something you drew. And it'll be here long after I'm gone. And I love that. I love that it's gonna be here when, oops, I'm dropping brushes now. Oh. There it is. Oh. When a honeysuckle breeze came swirling and whispered me inside, found a campfire circle glowing, folks with bells upon their feet, playing rhythm before the sunrise, making nighttime feel complete. It's a honeysuckle gypsy jam, where the wild hearts all go roll. Let the blues melt in the jazz, let the night become your home. Spin the world between your But yeah, you'll find that, and the more that you do it, the easier it gets. So go for it. Go for it. You'll be surprised. You're welcome. You're welcome. Absolutely go for it. You will be so overwhelmed with kindness. It's not even funny. I have gotten some of the sweetest remarks on my stuff. But I think everybody should make a book. It's quite a learning process to make the actual book, you know. The drawings are just one small step of making the book. And it's probably the easiest step in my opinion. It's one thing to make a book, and then it's another to get, to go through the steps of publishing it. And oh boy, I tell you what, Amazon does not make that the easiest. Drawing the stuff to me, I think, is the easy part. All right, we're running out of time here. I'm about ready to take a tissue to that and finish drying it off, even though I don't want to. Oh, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this that way. Let me see if I can do it this way. I don't have the best support from my arm right now because the paper is wet. But we're doing the best we can. Making all these little cracks and crevices in here a little bit darker. Putting some variety on our page. Through the years, though, I had too many people tell me that they would love to color one of my sunflowers. Life circumstances happened, and before I knew it, I was making a coloring book full of sunflowers. All right, there we go. I like that. All right. Clean off my brush here. All right, we're going to hurry the process up a little bit, even though I don't want to. Cool, it's not as wet as I thought it was. A little bit sticky. Now then, I'm gonna dust this off carefully, off camera here. Wish me luck that I don't mess it up. Oh. Come on, get out from underneath there. There we go. And this is fascinating. All right, we're going to talk about the results here. Now I brushed it with a paper towel. Let me get it back in place here. Music don't stop. I am my mother's freestyle soul. Oh, of course, where the clip was. Now, when I went to lightly brush this off, these clumps right here don't want to come off. I would have to scrub harder to get them off. So they are stuck there now. And that was where we put the water down first, and then we put some crystals on top of it to see what it would do. And the crystals, I know it's hard to see, the crystals of the coffee are still on there, partially whole. Sherry says, try a dry brush. This one we have not used today. Nope. Not unless I scrub harder. Not a coming up. Oh, there's a train again. No, it's like somebody glued them on there. Yeah, texture. Isn't that fascinating to know? So if you put the water down and put the crystals on top, you're going to get texture. Now, I bet if we went back in with water, we could dissolve that. I don't know, but we're gonna see. These darker areas here are sticky. They're very, very sticky. Well, they were. Now they're starting to dry. But they're solid. And that was when we put the water down first and then put the I'm sorry, that's where we put the crystals down first and then put the water on top of it. It gave us some interesting results here. That is not wet. That is not wet. It was sticky a minute ago before I took the paper towel to it. But it's not actually wet. Isn't that cool how that came out though? I think it is. So now let's put a little water to this and find out what happens next. Right? Let's put a little water to it. It's not soaking wet, but just a little water on it. And there we go. We can reactivate the coffee up there. How about that for coolness? That is awesome. Hi, Malcolm. Malcolm came to say hello, everybody. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Oh. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, let me get this over here a little bit. Oh. I just lifted that little piece of coffee right off of there and it dissolved. Yeah, meow, meow, Malcolm. Get a little more water here. He's got food, he's got water, so he must need loving. Ow, 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 ow. Oh. He started to fall off the bed and grabbed my leg. So we can kind of go back in and manipulate what's already there on the paper and dissolve it and move it around. That is awesome. You have never used salt. Do you use regular table salt? I do. Especially with a good granulating color. Oh man, it turns out so cool. But look, we can kind of move it and push it around here. Yeah, hi Malcolm. That is way cool. Well, I'm digging it. Coarse salt works best because crystals are bigger, but table salt will do it a little bit. Not enough in your opinion, right? Yeah, regular table salt will work. Coarse salt will work. Pink Himalayan salt will work if you want to, but you know, I can't guarantee those results. Pretzel salt, yep. Ice cream salt. But absolutely, you can just grab a salt shaker and use it. And that is one thing I don't have out here right now, is I don't have salt. We can't put salt on here and see what it does. But I love the way this turned out. I really do. This has been a lot of fun today. Even with our mousse going out of bounds. You don't have any granulating watercolors, right? It works better with them, I think. But Malcolm, come on. Go outside. It's nice out there. Where'd you do with my other napkin? Let me move our mousse over here a little bit. Oh, come on. So here's what our mousse looks like. I'm going to hold him up here. He is still drying. Let's see if I can get you to see the whole thing at once. There we go. There is our awesome mousse today. Now I am going to let this dry for quite some time before I close the book. But I think as far as practices go, that's a good page. We learned a lot. We gave him a name. We learned several things along the way. Look at that nice reddish hue that got left down here now around his neck. Isn't that beautiful? We've got from a red hue to a brown hue to even almost a yellow hue right here. This was a lot of fun. All right, I can't hold my arms up like that anymore. Lumpy is, Sherry says, I love that. Lumpy is absolutely beautiful and amazing. Thank you. I'm happy with Lumpy. Thank you, Blue Daisy. Get him over here. Oh, can't hold my arms up like that. What did you enjoy the most? I'm going to ask a question. What did you enjoy the most learning about coloring with coffee today? I think my favorite is the fact that we've now got red hues in here, right in there. I think that's my favorite thing that we learned today. Larry Lumpy, right? From what I can tell, I haven't lifted up the pages yet, obviously. From what I can tell, though, the plastic that we put down covered up the book nicely. It prevented anything from leaking over. Especially on these corners here where we got really wet. Sherry says the difference in color, the texture, and watching you having fun. I had a lot of fun today. I did. I'm not ready to go yet, but I'm ready to be done with the mousse. No problem, Reaper. The add-on layers for the different shades. Yes. How you can add different layers of coffee on for different colors. I do like the way his eyeball turned out, too. That turned out pretty cool. I love how you can have just a little bit of a difference in the shade. How it can go from very, very dark to very, very light. Blue Daisy says the range of color gradients. Yes. Coffee is not just one color. I think that's an important fact that we learned today. Coffee is not just one color. Is this dry? Yeah, that's dry. One thing we could do. I was surprised to learn that this gets sticky. Oh, thank you, Laura. Here, Blue Daisy said the hump is more natural to an actual mousse. So, let's do this. Move this over just a tad. All right, you ready?
Tiny paws on a sketchbook page. Smart and hot state, lake water drying on smoky skin. Baseline humming from within. You don't need a grand parade, just a quiet, hand-drawn day. A soft place to land your mind and leave the sharp stuff behind. Paddle slow, take your time, color outside the lines. Let the water set the mood, let your easy body move. Ooh, paddle slow, feel that flow. Let the whole wide moment flow. Paint stain haze. That's how I understand. Paddle slow, take your time. Soft as the line. Soft call, soft breeze. That's the groove I need.
There we go. There we go. Now, lumpy is intentionally lumpy. Yes, if you've ever spilled coffee in your car, you quickly learn just how sticky coffee can get. That I believe. This whole time I've been sitting in your chat, my phone was getting rid of my stuff in my text box. I don't know why. Hello, Bella. It's me, Raven. I'm back. Welcome back. How are you today? And if we wanted to go in and thicken up those lines, we could. Good. I'm glad to hear that. We have had fun with coffee today. Yeah, or restarting the phone, that might help too. Let's make this outer one a little bit thicker. I'm only using a 0.5 tip right now. You know, some people call that reverse coloring when you put down the color first and then do the drawing to go with it. They call that reverse coloring. You're drawing the prototype from Poppy Playtime. I have no idea what that means, but congratulations. I hope it's beautiful. Have you updated it lately, Reaper? Inside the lines, most of its own design, but a cat paw prints and coloring. There's a train. What is that, the third time for the train today? It's a busy Friday. Yep, choo-choo. Paw prints and coloring. There we go. And it does not need to be updated. Oh, weird. Yeah, that's the only other thing I can think of is restart your phone then. That's the only thing I can think of. There we go. Now it kind of looks like his other shoulder over there, you know? I don't know. Almost looks intentional now, though. Right here. You know, now it kind of looks like another shoulder over there. I think if we came in here with a little bit dark right here. All right, awesome. You came out, went out and come back in. Awesome. All right, let me see here. Where's that brush? Here we go. I'm going to put just a little bit more right here intentionally. That might be too dark. Uh-oh. There. There we go. I like that. What do you think about that? Well, we just gave it some more interest up there, so now it kind of looks intentional. Let me clean off my brush here. Oops. Here, I'll hold it back up again. Ooh, my arms. Oops. What do you think? Did we turn our oopsie into, that's all right? Did we succeed in that? What do y'all think? All right. Laura says now the back line looks like part of the design. Awesome. That was the goal. Success! All right. Whoop, 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 whoop. How to turn a mistake into a success. There you go. All right. Now then, earlier, let me see if I can pull it up here. All right. Here is the autumn tree that the artistic biker did while watching the impromptu from yesterday. He did that today on his lunch hour. Isn't that cool? You see his little portable watercolor kit that he's got there. And then there's the evidence that he was watching me when he was doing it. Isn't that awesome? I love that. I love that. I love it when you art along with me and you show me and let me know. That is so awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Blade, for joining along today. I really do appreciate it. That is so cool. Let's see if anybody else. Nope. We saw the windmill one already, right? Y'all remember the windmill that he did last week? There's the windmill that he did. Guess we only had 2 pictures there. I love that. Yep, he already had to go back to work, but I thought we'd take a peek at it real quick anyway. I've enjoyed working on Lumpy today. I think he's almost dry enough that we can put him off to the side here for a minute. I'm gonna put him up over here out of the reach of the cats. Isn't that cute? Yeah, he comes on his lunch hour. He sits there and watches the show, and he arts along with us on Fridays. Isn't that awesome? I love seeing what he produces. All right, I'm gonna pull this aside for now. Oh. All right, we're gonna put that up there for now and let it dry. I gotta find the book. All right. Oh, there was the windmill that I did. In this book here, this is Rooms of Wonder by Joanna Basford. Hawaiian Hillbilly and I are doing this page. This is where I'm at on this page. He is on at 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And this is where I am at on that buddy color. Putting some violet in the background. Gonna make the purple to go along with the autumn leaves. Let me pull this over here. Thank you. When the living on a drop is a blessing, passing around, poured like water on thirsty ground. Anybody want a lemon drop? Steady and slow. I even got this little tray out in case we wanted to mix something else on this little tray. Isn't that handy? I got it at a Goodwill. I'm gonna have a lot to clean up tonight. I've about knocked this off 5 times. These are magnets, by the way, that keep it closed. Isn't that cool? Oops, wrong way. It's a little magnet set, little portable set. And you can clip this to your paper. Amazon. Because it was cute, I had to have it. Put a couple drops of paint in there. You can color on the go with it. Oh, you wish it could hand drop you a lemon drop through the screen. Yes, they are. These are still the ones that we bought the other day at Ollie's. You're starting your Joanna page today. Are you doing this one, Blue Daisy? Please remind me. If you are, I'm going to write you down. All right, let me write that down. Let me grab my book because I don't believe I wrote that down yet. All right, we got to get these guys out of the way so I can get my pen. Oh no, my pen's right there. Let me write this down. View said she was going to do this one too. You bought your supplies specifically for that page. Oh, that is awesome. I love that. Aww. All right, I got it written down. I believe you said earlier today she needed to do the background. Sherry's already got this one done. And Amy Travels Colors and Crafts said she was going to join in, I believe. Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to grab out the violet, and for our last little bit here today, I'm just going to chill out with some color and work on this background a little bit. I've got you down for that buddy color. I got a notebook now that I can put all this in. I don't want to spill that. I'll clean that up later. Let's see if I can find my violet crayon. My violet crayon. Ha! My violet pencil. Right there it is. Right on top. So what do you think, you guys? Are you going to try to experiment with some coffee when we get to our map here in a couple weeks? Are you going to coffee along with us? Let me know what you think. Or are you just going to use some brown watercolor, or are you going to use a brown pencil? What are you going to do on that map background, do you think? Sherry's definitely going with the coffee. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to do the coffee. I feel I have enough confidence in what we practiced today to not mess it up. It's definitely a lot like watercolors. Only it's like learning a new paint for me. Learning a new pigment. That's what today was like for me. Yeah, the paper is thin on that one. It will have to be more of a dry technique on it. But I'm definitely going to do it. It's not something you'll be able to put, multiple layers upon multiple layers on. It's not like watercolor paper, unfortunately. And it has gotten hot here, by the way. I'm even sitting by the fan and I am warm today. Oh, I didn't double check my hands to make sure I had no coffee on them, but it doesn't look like I do. Oh, good. Yeah, it got very humid today. Very, very humid. What's the temperature? Let me see. Weatherman says it is 71. And then Sunday morning, 36. Monday, 26 for the lows. And of course, next Thursday, when it's going to be 75 again, we're supposed to have rain. Oh, Burr, it's still snowing where you are? Oh, Burr. Oh, Burr, Burr, Burr. No, I'm glad we're out of the bad snow threat. We did have hail the other week though. Last week we had hail. But it should not hopefully snow again. I hope not anyway. If it does, it won't stick around. You have mud season and then spring. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's mud season right now. It's just been so wet here this spring that it's ridiculous. And then it gets warm and then it gets freezing cold again. And I do not like it. Not one bit. Oh, that is very nice. 65 of high, low of 22 though. Burr. Burr, burr, burr. I don't want 22. I'm done with that 22 weather. But today it's very, very muggy here. Oh, Mr. Ant, go away. Hi, Malcolm. Hi. Oh. Come on, get out of there. Come on. I got Malcolm up on my shoulder, guys. Yeah, hi, baby. Hi, yeah. Hi, baby. I'm a little busy right now. Can you give me about 20 minutes? Oh, he's a big baby. Yeah, hi. Can we get down? Thank you. Oh. Now y'all see why I'm in long sleeves, even though I'm hot. I think that's purple in there. I think that's purple in there. And I think that little part is part of the vine. Oops. It'd be all right. Well, it's better than not getting over 40F since October last year like it was in New York, right? True enough. She bends with the wind when the weather turns hard.
Some said she ought to pick one straight line. Trade all her questions.
All right.
She smiled and handed them back their plane.
Yeah, yes, Nikki. Maybe just a little bit. It's hard to color with one hand. But he will not go settle, so he is being very, very, very demanding right now. That needs to be a little bit darker. Oh, there, he got down. Still got room in the brushes. It is hard to hold him up there because he squirms. But yeah, if I don't, then he'll scratch, and I don't want scratched. We've already done that. That was not fun. Out in the open air. It's not that I do not love Mr. Malcolm, but he's gotten to be a very ornery kitty. I don't know who taught him to be ornery, got no idea. I didn't teach him to be that ornery. This has been a very productive day, though. We learned a lot. And I did have a lot of fun getting everything out today, setting up for today. Getting out the watercolor brushes again, getting out some new brushes. That was fun. When we get around to coloring the map page, I will bring out the whole bucket of brushes. All right, Reaper, have a beautiful day. Thanks for stopping by. I'll get out the whole bucket of brushes then. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. How many brushes do you need? All of them. Okay, I need all of them. Some people ask how many books do they need. You don't even have to ask me how many brushes I need. That's the answer, all of them. Absolutely all of them. I once had brushes, I started to tell this earlier. I once had some very nice brushes stolen from me. And it was a very traumatic experience. I lost the whole box full of supplies, of good art supplies. I probably lost $1,000 worth of art supplies that day. All right. And they were never recovered. So now when I have money to buy the brushes, I want all the brushes, you know? I mean, in that box was one single brush that was worth $70. I had a single $70 Kolinsky Sable brush that got stolen from me. That was just one brush. You talk about a heartbreak. I had saved up for the longest time to get that brush. Oh. Yeah, I cannot stand a thief. They were never recovered. My supplies were never recovered. And yes, I reported them. And my supplies were never recovered. Nothing was ever done. Maybe she'll stay right here. Either way, the road keeps growing. Anywhere she wants. So now, yes, I want all the brushes, okay? That's just the way it goes. And it doesn't have to be expensive brushes either. It can be the cheap pack from Walmart, and it makes me happy. How many books do you need? Sherry's answer is, I need books until I feel satisfied, and our wonderful and amazing illustrators keep making new ones. Right? You need them all? Exactly. You need all the books. I need a few more. I need a few more Karen books. I need a few more Kirby books. I'm pretty satisfied having a couple of Joanna books. I don't need every single Joanna book, but man, I need all of Karen's books. I need every single one.
Dust on the windshield, gravel in the breeze.
I'll get there, though. I'll get there. One day I will own them all. Let's see, what do we got going on down here? We've got a little teapot. Got a little bit down here. There's a lot of ins and out, little crooks and crevices in here. I'm sorry, Hillbilly, that I didn't get to the trees today, but your birch trees are looking awesome. I have to say that. If y'all missed Hillbilly this morning, catch up with him this weekend. Come join us on Monday morning. We'll color some more in this book. I need Magical Worlds from Joanna. All right. Yes, Kirby has a new book coming out this year, The Dream Menagerie, coming out in October. Which means I will, if I will release a book this year, it will be then in November. I will not do an October release against Kirby. I'm not that dumb. But if I do release a book this year, then it'll be in November. I don't have quite the Kirby following. Nope, nope, nope. Yes, he started his trees. Faber Castell is coming out with 20 new colors this fall too. Oh, great! Yeah, no, I'm not. You know, one of these days I would love a colored pencil collection of my own. I really would. That's one of the end goals here, is to get my name on a set of colored pencils. You bet. I want my own. I'm so happy, Bella Beautiful. I know you do, Sherry, and it's okay. Yes, he did start his, and I think he finished them. I had to leave a little bit early before he was all the way done. I think that this back here, right here, tell me if I'm wrong here looking at this, that looks like a fireplace back there. I don't think that should be purple. Oh, here we go. All right, that's what I thought. See, it is getting to be campfire time. Tall dry grass, notebook pages getting past, 10 box open, every shade inside. All right, we're gonna go about right here. You lean over, say, hand me that red, coloring slow where the paper bends. Laughter cuts through the quiet air, no one's rushing anywhere. Long summer nights by a campfire glow, sketching out places we might never go. Coloring skies in purple and gold, telling our stories the way they're told. No plans, no rules, just pass the page. Every line feels like we don't age. If this ain't freedom, I don't know what is. Just us in a moment like this. Someone colors mountains, someone a lake. I trace the outline your fingers make. Coloring trees with a careful hand, I color footprints in the sand. Pages fill up, we don't even speak, just smiles and colors we keep. Fire burns low, but we stay right here. Every second's crystal clear. Long summer nights by a campfire glow, sketching out places we might never go. Coloring skies in purple and gold, telling our stories the way they're told. No plans, no rules, just pass the page. Every line feels like we don't age. If this ain't freedom, I don't know what is. Just us in a moment like this. Blue Daisy says the Artistic Biker is on at 4:30 a.m. for me, 3:30 a.m. this weekend where I'm grandpa sitting. That's a bit early. Yeah, 3:30. Well, it could be a little bit late. I understand though. 6:30 in the morning is when he's on my time, and it's still way early for me. I don't always make it. I have not missed a Thursday night for a minute now, though. Thursday nights are much easier for me to attend. But I try to be there on Sunday mornings. I actually do intentionally set 2 alarms. And on occasion, I have fallen asleep during it, but that's just the way it goes. That's just not an hour that I am normally awake. But I do try to be there on Sundays. He has been a dear, dear friend of mine for many, many years now. He is somebody I consider an art buddy. You know, the kind that can talk you into doing things that you wouldn't normally do. Oh, yeah. He's the one that inspired me to have a show here on YouTube, and I'm glad that he did. Look at what it's turned into. It's been crazy. We've been doing it almost a year now. On Tuesdays and Fridays. I look forward to it so much. The highlight of my weeks. You know, and even putting the coffee demonstration together in 3 days, that was a big challenge, but I loved every minute of it. You know? Sherry mentioned it the other day, and boom, here we go. We're practicing. I have not worked with coffee, so I enjoyed it very much. It was a great suggestion. I love the colors that we can create with it. Can't wait to see how our maps turn out. Oh. It'll be a couple weeks. That way, you know, people who ordered the books, they can get the books in, etc., etc. So we won't officially start for a minute yet. But I'll put that all up in a post or a video, etc., etc., letting everybody know when we're going to be starting on that. We're going to play it flexible for anybody who wants to order the books. One breath, one moment, one step at a time. But we are going to be giving away a copy of The Mystical Lands of Uchana, which, come to find out, was Karen Meyer's first coloring book. And I love that fact. I absolutely love that fact that that was her first book. And I had no idea when we picked it out. I had no idea when I ordered it. I had no clue. None whatsoever. Like I said, I love everything she does. So we're going to have a lot of fun coloring in her book coming up. Yours will be there Monday. Awesome, Sherry. So lots of exciting things coming up. I'll be getting new copies of my books. We'll be coloring some more in them. This summer we're going to color in Schoolhouse Rock. Hopefully some of our kiddos can join in coloring some Schoolhouse Rock with us. That will be one of our summer projects. Amazon's adding a 3.5% fuel cost to all orders. It starts in 2 weeks. Really? That'll be fun. And that ain't right. I'm going to think that won't last long. Because they will lose money. I mean, they're gonna lose money either way. But yeah. People not gonna be happy about that. Yep, Ollie's in Book Outlet. Here I come. Exactly. All right. Nikki says she needs to bow out early today. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Happy Easter if you celebrate. I love you. I love you, Nikki. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you being here. No problem. No problem. Yeah, we're going to wrap up here in about 5 minutes. Oh, Blue Daisy says hers will be here today. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Woohoo! This is getting exciting. I'm glad y'all have decided to join in on it. It's an adorable book. We will have a lot of fun with it. We will learn a lot. We will definitely be focused on some fun techniques. Hopefully over the next year or so, we'll all get better 4 hours at a time. Yes, happy Easter, everybody, if you celebrate. In whatever form that is. Whether it's a family tradition of getting together, whether it's an Easter egg hunt for the kids, whether it is going to a church of your choice and worshiping, I hope you have a beautiful weekend, everybody. I really do. I'm going to be cooking a ham and eating pie. Sunday morning, we might come on Sunday morning. It is my free weekend. I do not have Fortnite this weekend. So I will probably be on Sunday morning for a little bit, even though it's Easter. We've been having a lot of fun in our morning sessions. So maybe after the Artistic Biker is over on Sunday, I will be on. So if y'all want to come hang out, we'll probably be working on this page. Either that or the robot page that I'm working on. You would love that, Sherry. All right, let's play on it. Let's plan on it then. Yeah, I will not be going anywhere. I will be staying home and baking a ham. But that's not hard. You know, you throw it in the oven and let the oven do the work. But we can definitely get together Sunday morning and come on and color for a while. Just have a chill time. For Easter, Blue Daisy gives the wild bunnies toys and treats. Awesome. All right. Yeah, the robot page. We could do that on Sunday. Definitely. Definitely could do that on Sunday. The robot page that we're talking about is from Imagimorphia. If you've got that book, join us on Sunday. Sherry's is looking very, very cool. I will tell you that right now. I have seen a preview. I love it. She is way further along than I am, though. I am so slow. Yeah, it's about time for us to go today. I hate to wrap it up. I've been having a great time today. But it is almost time to go and take a break. Go get some dinner. It is Friday night. I do not generally cook on Friday nights. So it'll be leftover night or fix your own for everybody. So come on in. Otherwise, I'll be back here on Tuesday. I'm not sure what we will be doing Tuesday, but it'll be something Karen related, I'm sure, to Karen Myers. We might be working in Autumn's Magic, doing some touch-ups, some last-minute things. You brought Kirby's World Within Worlds with you. Yes, you could work on that on Sunday. The robots might be in there. No, they're not. That's Worlds Within Worlds. No, they're not in that one. I love you too, Sherry. Have a beautiful weekend. And a happy Easter if you celebrate. Yep. We're going to call it a day, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming out today. I really do. I do not want to stop coloring. I've got a mess to clean up now. I appreciate everybody that's been here today. It's been a wonderful day. If you celebrate, happy Easter, happy Good Friday. Hope you have a beautiful weekend, everybody. I'll be back Sunday morning, sounds like it, after the Artistic Biker Live. And then we'll be back here on Tuesday as usual. Have a great weekend, everybody. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I will catch you on the flip side. Crank it up, sunlight burning through. Sunlight lamp in the sky so blue. I just got a color flame out in the line. Kittens on the windowsill burning time. And as a reminder, here's what we got done today. There's our lovely moose. We have named him Lumpy. We colored him with coffee. Hope everybody enjoyed having a little experiment today. Take care, everybody. I will catch you on the flip side.